Afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I am currently in a hotel um, on this fabulous, what is it, Valentine's Day weekend. Um, yeah, I'm in a hotel in Virginia just waiting for my parts to get into town and then for them to work on my truck. So I thought I would just go live for a while today. Um, yeah, so here we go. Hey, afternoon, Vic. How's it going, man? How are you doing? Um, yeah, everybody, if you've been following the channel, you know I'm kind of going through some struggles right now with getting my truck fixed and everything taken care of. Um, get a job. Yeah, right. I do need a job. Thanks for pointing that out, Sterling. Um, I am waiting for a muffler outlet. So it's a muffler that connects to the DPF filter. So you have your DPF filter, then there's a muffler that comes out of that, and then there is it's almost like a flex pipe that's connected to that. And that flex pipe was replaced, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And then what happened is this muffler that's connected to the DPF filter is cracked, and it's cracked really bad. So what it's doing is, I don't know all the science behind it, but like exhaust is leaking out of it. So it's creating like crystallization around all the pipes. Um, and it's causing me to derate and oh yeah. But it's such a tough part to find. I haven't been able to I got lucky and ended up finding a part. Aaron W, what's up, man? I was able to find a part that they are going to be able to ship to me tomorrow. Should be here on Tuesday, and then they can finish the job. Here's what really pisses me off, though, is this is something I asked them to look at like 19 days ago when I dropped the truck off. And they didn't catch it until they were putting everything back together for me to pick the truck up on Friday. Friday or Saturday. I got a call Friday at about 11 o'clock p.m. saying, "Hey, we just noticed this. We can't get the part. We can't find the part, and we don't know when we can have your truck ready." So then I just jumped on the internet, and here's something that's going on that you all should be aware of. There are certain. This was another Mac dealership that I had called that is in Chester, Virginia. They would not sell me the part over the phone. They would not take a credit card payment over the phone. Their reasoning is, over the last year, they have had too many people dispute the charges on their credit card, and then this dealership hasn't been paid. So they're refusing to take credit cards. Let me turn this light off. They're refusing to take credit cards over the phone. If I had a check, they would have taken a check over the phone, but not a credit card. Has DIY had a similar issue on the Mack truck? No, he hasn't, Sterling. His Mack truck is I drove that truck for about a week, and it's to be honest with you, it's a fabulous truck. It is not as like spacious and comfortable as my truck, but it is a very, very good truck. It's like just a base model, but it's a very good truck. Cash is King is praying for me. I'm not going to talk about that, but thank you, Cash. Um, Junkyard, bro. Regular mechanic shops have the parts, believe it or not, but mechanic shops have connections like no others. Dealers don't have the connection that a mechanic shop has. And I agree with that. And that's why I got lucky on the part that they're shipping over. It is a dealership that's shipping it to me, but their shop works with like the carrier that I'm leased onto. So I'm getting a lot of good service for them. And here's the thing, Vic. I do need to find a shop. I don't really have a shop. Now I do have a mechanic buddy that will work on my truck if he has time, but he's like the main fleet mechanic for a huge company. So he's always busy. I do need to find a shop and not just rely on dealerships to do my work. That's something I have learned through this. Um, and yeah, you talk about going to a junkyard. Like, I agree with all those things. The problem is I had no way to get to one. I mean, I I wasn't at home. I mean, maybe I could have had a friend meet me out in Wisconsin when I was in Wisconsin, but I didn't know the part was broken. And where my truck is in Virginia here, there's nothing really around. I'm like just north of the Tennessee border. I'm like 20 some miles north of the Tennessee border. So I'm in what southern Virginia. There's really nothing out here. Um, but yeah, no, Vic, Vic Med. There was a guy in my live yesterday morning named Wayne that gave me some really good tips and really good ideas. And this is all stuff that I need to learn how to do. I will say this: I'm very proud of myself right now. I tackled this project on my own. I called 6 different states. I talked to probably like 25, 30 different people yesterday, and I handled this on my own. DIY, semi, didn't have to get involved. He didn't have to help me. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal to some of you people, but for me, it was a huge deal to fix this issue on my own. And it's not all the way done yet, but we'll get there. Cash is king. Every driver should have an EFS account to pay out of state repairs. So I'm sure if I called my carrier, I could use an EFS check. These are things I don't know either. Like, do you have your own EFS account, Cash, or is it through your carrier? Is that something that we are like as an owner operator, even though I'm leased onto a carrier, are these things I should have on my own? I don't know. So it would have been helpful. You would have told me that before this live. I'm just kidding, buddy. Many towing companies are refusing to take credit cards over the phone. I can see that happening. I was lucky. My truck did have to get towed, 19 days ago or 18 days ago. And actually the towing company that did it was really cool. So no name, bicycle and backpack. I don't have a bicycle either, man. Not a bad idea. Aaron W., a good shop back home is Metro. Bro, dude, that's where I know about Metro. Yep, I know about Metro. I actually have a buddy that's leased on there. I know all about Metro Gravel. Actually, the company that I worked for before I became an owner operator, they actually took one of the contracts of a very big company that I worked for. They took one of the contracts from us. So yeah, I know like Paul, I know West. Metro Gravel is a good place. Vic Med, I was in the same boat about 3.5 weeks ago. From a computer of a truck, it was a mission. So I know, yeah. See, that's exactly where I was, Vic. Vic, you have so much experience. Like, cash is king. I'm sorry if, like, Aaron W., if you're an owner operator and stuff like that, I don't know that much about you, but like, I know there's people that are in my chats that have so much experience and have gone through what I'm going through right now. So like, when they say something about junkyards or finding a shop, like, I need to take that stuff in. I need to understand that. Lloyd, I don't know Lloyd, Aaron W. Wait a minute. Kind of a shorter guy who works in the back office, the mechanic shop, or was that Chris? They actually worked on my truck a while. Insult Investor, hey, how's it going? I missed a couple of videos. Okay, watch them. You probably have insight on what I'm going through. Insult. My truck's still in the shop. Cash is king. I have my own EFS account. Okay, that's good to know, Cash. I'll call you in the next day or two and figure out how to set all that stuff up. Mark M., I keep cash in the truck. Wave it like in front of a mechanic. They'll fix your truck through hell or high water. Yeah, I don't keep cash on me. I like keep enough cash on me to buy certain things with. I've quit using my like bank cards in all these truck stops and things like that. I will use my credit cards because I feel like if I need to dispute a charge, a credit card company, this is something that somebody shared with me that I believe in. Like the credit card company will give me my money back quicker than the bank will, which is odd, but try and protect myself. So yeah, here I sit in the hotel, Super Bowl weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. Don't really have anything planned. Sterling actually, if Sterling's in here, he was earlier, commented on my video this morning, and I actually did go out and walk around. I ate at a like local pizza joint, which I got what they call pizza muffins. So it's like a regular muffin, it's only like this big, but all your toppings and stuff are stuffed into it. It was delicious. Miss Nevada, good morning. How are you guys? Are you guys still at home, Miss Nevada? How's your house hunting going? To be honest, I haven't seen if you've put out any content lately. I really haven't been watching that much YouTube, just with everything that I'm going through. So here we go. Insult investor. I was suspicious of this shop you took it to when they said you needed an oil filter. Okay. The oil filter housing, they broke. You did comment on that and ask me. And to be honest with you, I did ask them why I needed new oil filter housing. They replaced, what do you call it? The oil temperature thermostat. So what I noticed in the last probably 3 weeks of running my truck is I couldn't build a lot of temperature in my oil. Like the warmest it would get would be like 195 degrees. And I thought, well, I'm driving in well below freezing conditions. Maybe this is an issue. And then I did some research and found out that there's a thermostat in there. Once again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know. This is going to sound bad. I don't know the inner workings of like a big motor. I get the concept, but I've never had to really study it. I am now. And when they were replacing that, what do you call it? I just said it, thermostat, they broke the oil filter housing. So there's things I'm going to share with you once I get the final bill. Because they replaced that doesn't mean I was charged for it. I was charged for the part that I paid for myself, but there's things I'll share. The shop, I don't want to mislead people, but I'm also not happy, if that makes sense. Sterling. Oh, sorry, I missed a couple here. And would be the shop's fault. Yeah, it is the shop's fault. Now I'll talk about that a little bit more. But Sterling, Pizza Muffin was my stripper name. That's hilarious. Yes, we're in a stressful so far, but we might have an answer soon. Okay, cool. Because I know your guys' truck is down too, right, Miss Nevada? And I know Nevada had to go get parts. Kind of did the same thing I did. The shop told you guys they couldn't get the parts, and I know Nevada went out and found them. Vic Med, bro, but this is trucking. You will overcome this stress. Yes, it is a learning experience, just like your. Seriously, find someone who does. Yeah. And I'm learning everything. I don't feel bad that I'm kind of green, if that makes sense, Vic. I don't feel, because I'm learning. This is a learning experience for me. Oil thermostat, that's new for. Yeah, so you have an oil thermostat that controls the temperature. Like it's kind of like even regular car thermostat, how it'll open and close. Well, mine was seized open, if I remember right. It was seized open, so it wouldn't close and build oil temperature. Now, the truck I rode in and drove down here is the exact same model as my truck, and we ran at 230 degrees the whole way down here. And that's typically what my truck used to run at. Insult investor, bad shop. That's left to be determined. I am not going to say you are wrong, and I'm not going to say you are right. I will put a video out once I get everything really talking about how I feel right now with my experience at this shop. You might be on the right track though, Insult Investor. VicMed, there's not too many people who are happy with dealers, bro. Yeah, and so this is, how can I state this? It is a Mac. Sorry. It is a Mac dealership where I'm at. However, they're also like their service side is kind of independent. So when you pull up there, you see a sign for Mac, Volvo, Kenworth, Peterbilt, you know, and I'm assuming that's because of where you are right now. We're like where I am right now is you're kind of in like a no man's land. You're not that far away from Tennessee, but there's really no other shops in this area. So that's why I'm assuming they work on Cummins and Detroits and stuff like that, is because they know that if they put those signs out there, anybody that has problems in this area is going to use them. But I'm not real happy. I'll be honest. Miss Nevada, yeah, the truck is done. Okay, cool. At least your guys' truck's done. You can get back and making money. Jamie O, laws are ahead of technology. Unfortunately, yeah, they are. I notice your truck has a bad. Wait a minute here. Insult Investor. I noticed. Oh, sorry. You noticed my. I noticed my truck. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about my truck. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know who you are. Sorry, trying to keep up with all these comments. Mark M, I learned no shop mechanic will actually look over your truck during a PM. So yeah, I made a video a couple of months ago. I dropped my truck off at a Speedco to get just a grease job done on it, and they missed like, I think it was 5 grease zerks that weren't hard to miss. Come to find out, the guy that did the job had only been, was in training. He was in their apprenticeship program, and he didn't know where all the zerks were. So I'm glad I knew where they all were and pointed it out, and they fixed it for me. Yeah, I know, Insult. I know that you got your vehicle registered as an RV through Vermont. Through Vermont? I thought you lived in California. So I will deck out the inside of the sleeper cab like a conference hotel in Japan. Okay. That'd be fun though. That'd be fun to like decorate or like what customize your own interior of your truck. That'd be kind of fun. Insult Investor at Robert Burns, best idea. Is that Burns? Yeah, Burns. Nomadic Brick, good afternoon. I do live in California. Vermont will register anything. Okay. I thought I had heard that Vermont wasn't registering. Isn't there? You might be able to know about this investment or Insult Investor. There is like a Toyota RV that comes from Japan that is like very collectible. And I guess a lot of people that do like this van life bought, and now Vermont won't register those vehicles. So those people can't get plates or anything for their vehicles. Afternoon, Miss Nevada. Hey, Britt. Yeah, so like I said, I don't want to share too many details because I don't have my truck back yet. And not that I am any big channel, and I haven't said like what shop it's at, but I would hate for somebody to see something and think I'm bad mouthing their shop, because shops are shops. And some of the work they did was work that I specifically asked them to do. But I still am not comfortable with, I brought the truck there for a reason. And then when I'm coming to pick the truck up, the reason I think the truck is there, they didn't even diagnose until they were putting everything back together. That just doesn't make sense to me. Insult Investor, you're right. That van was federally banned. Okay. Yeah, I forget the name of it. There's actually another YouTuber that I watch that does like truck camping and stuff like that, and he bought one of those vans, and I know he did a video about the problems he was having trying to get it registered. They're just low life parts. Well, I don't want to, people say that about truck drivers, Mark M, that we're just low life. I'm not gonna badmouth mechanics. I'm not gonna badmouth certain people because, like Vic has said earlier in the chat, like I do an Aaron W. I need to find my own shop. I need to find like a reliable place. But what do you do when your truck, tell me what you would do differently than what I did. I broke down in the middle of nowhere with a load on and found a place that says they work on the type of truck I have and got it towed there. I really didn't have many other options. You know what I mean? I don't feel bad about the decision I made to bring it where it is because I really had no other options. Miss Nevada, I watched Ole Snapper's videos. It was a great interview. I didn't watch that yesterday. That was on James Best, right? I didn't watch that yesterday. We need an app that gives detailed ratings for shops that truckers can sign up for and use. Wow, hot seat. You might be onto something there. I might invest in that. Get on that. I'm not a tech guy. Get on that. That's a good idea. Just for shops, just for truckers. That is a great idea, hot seat. Insult Investor, they all had to do this. Part of the body of the van on a 4x4 frame with a VIN and register it as the frame. Okay. Mark M. Retracted. Okay. Miss Nevada or Nomadic agrees with you, Miss Nevada. We don't blame you for doing what you did. Well, thanks. I hope not. I mean, I know some of you, like I said, I'm green. I'm sure there's lots of people that have way more experience as an owner operator and what they do with their truck. I'm going through something that is a learning experience for me, and I'm not disappointed with what I've done. It's just stressful, and it's learning how to manage that stress, if that makes sense. Sterling, there's a huge difference between a mechanic and a technician. I would 100% agree with that too. Trucking with diabetes, tell me more about pizza muffins. That's something you can't have. Or I'm sure you can, you just have to take insulin. They're delicious. These muffins, like they bake them in muffin trays. I was in line at this local spot that's right down the road from where I am. And one of the locals is like, you need to try pizza muffins. And they are like a regular muffin, they're not very big. And all the ingredients and everything are stuffed in there. And then it's not really like a calzone because it's not covered. Like there's nothing on it. They're delicious. They are delicious. They're small though, 2 bites and the muffin's done. Hey, here you go. Hot seat, the insult investor. I have an app maker friend, LOL. Well, you guys work together. Miss Nevada. No, Oldie Snapper did an interview on his channel with a female trucker who you should go and watch. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Your channel, Miss Nevada, I'll be honest with you, your channel is something that I can show my wife. Especially, I mean, we all love Nevada. We like when he's on and stuff. But your channel, when you're like doing the filming and you're doing the talking, it's kind of cool to show my wife like, hey, this is possibly the life that we could have if you want to go this route. You know what I mean? Mark M, I'm good now. Vic Med, I have 3 shops for trucks. 1 shop for oil changes, 1 for parts exchange, 1 for inspections. Way different shops because I know they do good jobs for that. I don't have 1 shop just for just one thing. Okay, that's good. See, this is all information I need to know. I need to remember this stuff. I will remember this. This is one of those learning experiences that I'm remembering all the good and bad of, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, thanks for Nevada. Put that link in the chat, so now everybody's gonna go watch that. I'm kidding, Britt. I'm kidding, Britt. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Trucking with Diabetes. I wasn't talking about good food piece of muffins. I was talking about Sterling. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, his stripper name, Miss Nevada. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Like for real. I'm being honest. You know, I don't want to. I'm being honest with that. I don't always agree with everything I watch on YouTube, but it's also like seeing a different side of what different people go through and the different struggles they have. And the fact that you're a female truck driver with your husband is like a good thing. You know what I mean? It can help a couple that might want to take that road. You know what I mean? And my wife has no interest in becoming a truck driver, but I would like her to come out with me more. You know what I mean? So when you post a video with you on it, I immediately send it to her. And I know she watches it because she says stuff that the only way she would know the thing she's telling me is because she watched it. You know, get a scanner. I have a scanner. Also, I don't have like the big one that plugs into my laptop. I have the OTR performance tool, which runs codes and everything. But here's the thing that I've noticed with it is it was running the code for the after treatment system, but it didn't really depict what was causing the code to come out. And here's the other thing, like there was no check engine lights, no nothing. It was just the little code in my digital screen that said, poor def quality. And then it went to SCR, you're being derated to 5 miles an hour. I bought a cheaper and built wooden ramps to lift the truck. It's good to get under there with a flashlight and just look for yourself. If something changes, you will immediately notice it. It's free. Yeah, I agree with that. And, the truth is, like, I inspect my truck. To the best of my ability. That's why I notice crystallization. That's why I've noticed things like, my truck there, I might feel something different. It's because I pay attention and it's because I care about like my asset more than I did when I was a company driver, to be honest with you. Female truck drivers are nothing new. Don't you remember Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure? Yeah, I do remember that. It was the worst wreck that had ever happened, if I remember right, when he goes into the diner and starts talking about her. You missed a big paragraph I typed somehow, LOL. I miss a lot of things. I'll go back and look at it. YouTube hides it sometimes. YouTube hides what you sent? Here, I'll go back up and look. I'm going to mess this up now. You know what? I'm sorry, Insult Investor. I'm not going to go back because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up where the chat is right now. And I can kind of keep going with the chat if I don't touch the screen. Although, let me try. My best, is this it? The Insult Investor. My best suggestion would be to watch all videos pertaining to the truck you have, the engine, trans, chassis, and electrical. Yeah, so I do that. That is how I knew where like my cabin filter was. My cabin filter is behind my dash on the passenger side. And I took it all apart to replace it. It's just a little filter about this big. But how I found it was I started watching videos on YouTube of the specific truck I had and where all the filters were. And there was a guy that had the exact same model of my truck. I did watch a video yesterday on if I want to replace my DPF filters, how to do that. Here's the thing, and this might seem strange to you guys and girls, is I'm scared to do that stuff. I'm scared to like take things apart on my truck, and I'm scared to really tinker with it because I might not put it back together the right way. That is where like DIY Semi will come into play, where if I want to do something, I know he'd be there to help me and kind of oversee me doing things. So yeah, other than that, it's just going to be a weekend. I am going to take somebody left a comment earlier. I think it was Sterling. I am going to get a really good steak dinner tonight. I already found the place I'm going to order it from. I'm going to order it probably an hour or two before the football game starts, so it gets here. Sorry, insult. You're going pretty quick. It's hard for me to keep up with it all. If you mess up at it, at least it was you and you learned. Yeah, I agree. You can't rip you off. Yeah, that's a good comment, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm being ripped off right now. It's just because when I got the phone call. So here's the deal. This dealership closes at midnight on Friday. That's when their service department closes. I asked them to leave the truck outside of the fence and hide the key or lock the key in the truck because I have another key with me. Then they called me back and said, hey, we found this issue and we're not comfortable leaving the truck outside of the fence with this issue. Like, it's not all put back together. And I lost it. Like, in a very polite, mannerful, like direct way, I lost it on them. And they cut a ton of money off my bill. And they apologized. They felt bad. As much as somebody can feel bad over the phone. And they told me if I find the part and get it shipped to them, they will work on my truck immediately. Like I said, this place is freaking busy. I know a lot of shops around the country are busy right now, but over here, if I'll show you pictures of it tomorrow or Monday, whenever I get my truck, I'll post it on YouTube here. This place is crazy busy. I feel the same way about working on my truck. Yeah, and I don't want to mess it up, but that's part of learning though too. Like Insult said, and other people have said, I understand that's part of learning is messing up or maybe getting it wrong just a little bit. But getting something wrong just a little bit, in my opinion, in one of these big diesel motors could really like mess up things, and I don't want that to happen to me. It's cheaper if you do it yourself. Don't be afraid. That's how you are going to learn, by doing it yourself. Yeah, just like Insult Investor said, I do agree with those things, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm afraid. Like I'm really not. However, I do know there's big YouTube channels that the guy can take apart his motor. That's awesome. I wish I knew how to do that, and maybe next time I have time, that's what I do. If I know something's wrong, I just do it myself. Nomadic Brit says, I do as much as I can to my truck. Yep. I mean, I grease my truck. I do the simple things, the things that I know how to do. I do. Let's get some mechanics to start a school where truckers can learn about doing the basics of their own trucks. That would be an education that I would gladly invest in. I would invest in that too. Nomadic Brit agrees with Vic Med. Yeah, I think we all do. Insult Investor, it's okay to mess up. Confidence comes from knowing what you did wrong and knowing you'll never do it again. Damn, you're right. You're right. I can't argue with that. And like I said, I hope you guys and girls aren't like bashing on me. And I'm not saying that meanly. I'm saying I'm green. This is pardon my French, a fucking great learning experience for me. And I'm taking it as that, it just is what it is, right now. It is what it is right now. I don't want to, I'm not going to take the part that's going to be shipped here on Monday and do it myself because my truck's already in a shop. It's already taken apart. I'm going to let them finish it. And then I'm going to get back to where I'm comfortable, which is Wisconsin or Minnesota, where I can really have either DIY look at it with me. I can look at it, or I can have my mechanic buddy look at it with me. I know I'm missing a bunch. Mark M, you're not rebuilding an engine. Just take pictures and put the screws in where the piece of cardboard. Yeah, I know I'm not. I'm just, to me, honestly, Mark M, to me, like messing with my after treatment system, in my mind, I process it like I'm not a freaking mechanic. Like, what am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this, but I should do it. And I should learn how to put the pieces all back together like a puzzle. You're absolutely right. I had a trucker call me because his truck wouldn't start, and we went out and hit the starter with a wrench. So insult investor, I did that. Like I'm not so green that I would call you to come out and do that for me. My starter went out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I went to start my truck one morning and it wouldn't start. So I know how to jump a starter. I know how to hit the cylinder. Like I know how to do those things, and I did it. And the one thing I did is I just didn't shut my truck off. And I found a shop about probably about 40 minutes away from where I was that had the starter, and they put it on for me. So yeah. What engine do you have in that truck? I have an MP8. It's an MP8. It's a 2015 Mack CXU 613. The motor is a freaking beast. I'm not going to lie. It's a beast. And like the Kenworths, I've had Kenworths with cat motors in them. I have had Kenworths with the pack car in them. I've had Cummins, and I'm not saying that this MP8 is better than any of those. For what I am doing, it is the most durable engine that I've ever dealt with in my trucking career. I try not to talk to a shop. The work order is king, and any edits are done over email for paper trail. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Sterling. Mark M. It's easy now because money is everywhere. Yeah, money is everywhere, but it's still not. I mean, if you're talking about trucking being easy because money's everywhere, I do agree with that. But I also think if you don't manage that money the right way, you're going to put yourself in a world of hurt. And you're going to, something like what I'm going through right now, if I wasn't good with money, it would put me back to like living paycheck to paycheck. And I have no interest in doing that. That's why I'm very good with the money I am making right now. Just an idea, like Robert said, get a second truck, an old one with a Detroit or Cat with no computer, old enough. Damn it, you're 100% right. And to be honest with you, I've looked at them. I've really started scouring the internet for an older truck. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I've shared on YouTube already that I'm interested in buying other trucks. I'm interested in buying some trailers. I'm interested in kind of growing things. So yeah, I do agree with that insult. Maybe a pre-emissions truck is the right thing for me. And I've been told that with pre-emission trucks, and this comes from somebody that has a pre-emissions truck, there's still work that needs to be done. But I know when I did the pre-trip on his truck, when I rented it from him, man, you open the hood and there's not a bunch of like freaking wires and stuff going everywhere. There is a motor, and I like that because when I open mine, I see all these freaking wires and everything running everywhere, and it's kind of overwhelming. Kelly, good morning. Vic Med, bro, I'm not bashing you. I just want to pump you up. Just letting you know you are not the only one that's going through the same stress. It happens. Thank you, Vic Med. And I don't mean to I just don't want people to get the wrong impression of me, Vic. I'm green, bro. Like I am green, man. And all the information you guys are giving me is helping me. Even commenting in videos. Insult Investor has asked great questions like, dude, you brought your truck in for an after treatment. Why are they messing with the oil filter housing? Like that doesn't make sense to me. I read that comment and started talking to other people and then called the shop and was like, why is this being replaced? And I got the answer. So it's just hard because a lot of you have so much more experience and you're saying the things that I should learn. So it sucks. Like, it's just like, damn it. You guys have all the wisdom and knowledge, and I don't have that all soaked in yet, if that makes sense. Insult Investors putting links in. Yeah, mine shuts off by cutting the air with a valve, no electronics at all. LOL. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the other thing I look at, and maybe I'm wrong with saying this, is how difficult it is to get all kinds of parts right now, that if they wanted to force people to drive emissions trucks, they'll just stop producing certain parts, and then those guys are screwed, you know. And it's just one of those necessary evils. But it is good to have a backup plan, and that's probably something I definitely need to do, is have a backup plan and have another truck, and having a pre-emissions truck. I don't care about the ELD. Like, I'm being honest, the ELD hasn't really like screwed me at all. I will say driving a truck that was pre-ELD and pre-emissions was really nice. Like, it was really nice. You can make it with that Mac, but just keep building. Sorry. Where was I? You can make it with that Mac, just keep bidding at auctions for an older truck. You'll eventually grab one for a steal, then fully rebuild every component of your dude. So I actually have talked to people about that. Honestly, I've talked to DIY Semi about that. Why not buy a truck that I might need to put new rear ends in, and kind of do it over a course of time, to where when that truck does hit the highway and start running, it's basically a rebuilt truck. You know what I mean? That I would like to do that. East Texas trucker, howdy. Hey, how you doing, man? How's everything going? You're still looking for trucks, right? I heard that you were looking for a truck. Insult investor at Mark M. A winter long in a frame rebuild would be nice. Okay. Sterling, rebuild kits on Detroit 60s are getting rare. That's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of these kits, even like turbo gasket kits for newer trucks. My truck's not that old, but even trying to find a gasket kit, it was hard for me to do. And that's something that I know needed to be replaced, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, this part that I found that's being shipped out here, I had to call around to 6 different states to find one. Every time they thought they had one, I called one shop that said, yeah, we have 3 in stock. They went to the back to find the part, and they were gone. I mean, parts are freaking ridiculous right now. Miss Nevada, hey, Miss Nevada saying hi to East Texas trucker. Exactly, it's all tax deductible. Yep. Sean, good show, buddy. I hope so. I know I'm not the most entertaining human being in the world. And honestly, I go live to see comments and interact with people. That's the truth. I like interacting with people, especially when I'm either on the road or in a hotel room like this. It's nice to gain information and knowledge while you're expressing your opinion or your stress or the shit that you're going through in your life. And I just cursed again. I apologize for that. Sorry, I need a drink of soda. No, Insult investor, I have to go. Good luck, dude. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Insult. I appreciate it. East Texas trucker was looking at buying a 2010 with 387. Wait a minute, 38,000 miles? Or is that supposed to be 387,000? Got it expected and everything looked good. Asked to put down a deposit, and he said no, he wants $40K wired to him. LOL. Well, honestly, like, truck with 300, and I'm assuming that's supposed to be $387,000. That, I mean, if you go online right now, 2010 is kind of older than what I know about Max, and the Max I've been looking at, but that's definitely not a terrible price. I know it's sticker shock, but that's not a terrible price. Vic Med says, Sterling, I have a Series 60 here in California. We are stacked with parts for that engine. That's my favorite truck and engine. So I really do like that engine too, Vic Med. And if I buy one, then I'm coming and contacting you to get my parts. How does that sound? That's the price. Mileage is 670,000 miles. Okay. I would probably keep looking East Texas trucker. That would be my opinion. Talk to people that I believe you've talked to and see what they think. I would pass on that. Um, excuse me. Like I've shared, I'm looking for another truck, and I'm very good with my money. And what I mean by that is I could afford to probably go out and purchase any truck I wanted to right now. I have decent credit, I have money, but it's just doesn't the value that I'm going to pay for that truck now is good. I'm not going to recoup it in the time frame that I want to recoup things. So like I have a certain dollar amount I'm going to spend on a truck, and yeah, it sucks cuz I know you're doing the work to try and buy one of these trucks right now, but don't give up on it cuz eventually you're going to find the diamond in the rough. You're going to. I will say if you do find the diamond in the rough, don't wait. Call, try and put a down payment down, try and do something for them to hold that truck, because I waited one day and lost out on the truck I wanted to buy. But okay, East Texas Trucker says, yeah, I talked to DIY about it. I'll tell you what, man, and I know that I'm leased onto him, and this is not a promotion of his carrier at all. Listen to him. He's very knowledgeable. There's people in here like in this chat right now, Vic Med, who, you know, I'm sure if you emailed him, he would maybe email you back. There's all kinds of people in this chat that, you know, have really good insight. DIY is one of them, and I believe he can steer you in the direction of making a good purchase. But once again, we're buying used equipment. You know what I mean? It's like buying a used car. It might look good on the dealership lot, and then you drive it and you might have to put money into it. But that's what you should be prepared for, you know. Sterling, I've seen too many junk trucks lately for sale. Don't buy without a pre-purchased inspection. Fully agree with that, 100%. That's where auctions sometimes come a little scary. But you'll find deals. You'll find deals. I know I have, and I've just sat on them too long, you know. And honestly, I look at the carrier I'm leased onto, and the fact that the carrier I'm leased onto has like multiple trucks that the carrier owns, that if one of his contractors breaks down, he was able to rent it to one of his contractors. That was kind of a learning experience for me. Like, maybe I get a truck and I'm not just going to have it sit. I'll try and find somebody to drive it or something like that, or maybe drive one truck for a week and then the other. But it might not be a bad idea to have a couple of trucks on hand just because of the current situation that we're in with the supply chain issues, shortages on parts, not being 100%, a shop not doing their job 100%. You know what I mean? That's where earlier in the comments, all you were talking about me learning how to do my own, own mechanic stuff. Like if I had another truck, it wouldn't be as scary to do that, if that makes sense. Because I still need to make money, you know what I mean? But if I was down, a week or 2 weeks, like it's not going to kill me. But anyways, where's everybody at? How's everybody doing? I can keep going for a little bit, I guess. I got nothing to do. Like I said, I am going to order a really good steak dinner tonight. Where I am doesn't have Uber, which is crazy. Like I wanted to take an Uber to the restaurant and they don't have Uber here. So I'm going to have to order it. They have DoorDash, but not Uber. Doesn't make sense to me, but yeah. So now we just sit here and get ready for the football game. I did watch a really cool documentary today on the building of SoFi Stadium, which is, I think I said that right, SoFi. Absolutely amazing, like architecture and engineering it took to build this building. This building is just crazy. Who's going to win the game today? So being from Minnesota, I would love to see Matthew Stafford win the Super Bowl. He was on the Detroit Lions for far too long, and they put one player, Kelvin Johnson. They put one player his entire career at Detroit to like help them succeed. I mean, I know they had Dominic Sue and stuff like that, but on the offensive side, he never had like real weapons. Do I think it's a cool story that Joe Burrows is in the Super Bowl? Absolutely. So I would like to see Matthew Stafford win. I would like to see the Rams win, but I would not be disappointed to see the Bengals win. I think it would be kind of cool for either one. We got 4 more days until the Vegas meetup. Oh, that should be fun. That should be fun. You guys should have a great time. I watched another YouTuber that was saying he's going to Vegas, so it sounds like you guys have a lot of people showing up there, which is cool. Maybe you want to Miss Nevada. Maybe you want to drop some information about that in this chat, about where, the dates you're meeting and where you're meeting. I know one of your videos, I think it was your videos, or maybe it was Nevada, was in somebody's live chat talking about where you guys were thinking of meeting up. If you know and you want to drop that in here, by all means do it. I won't be there. I'm not in your guys's echelon circle yet, maybe someday. I'm a Steelers fan. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'll read your whole comment. Kind of sucks about Big Ben retiring. I remember when he got drafted. I actually was a big fan of him. Vic Med says, I'm a Steelers fan, but I want the Rams to win just because of the quarterback. That's kind of where I am. Like I said, I think Burrows is cool, and I think he's got the swagger and everything. But Matthew Stafford, man, like that dude has been a professional his entire career, even when the team he was with just screwed him every year, like never put weapons around him. He stayed very professional. And to see the success he's having right now is awesome. I wish I could make the Vegas trip, meet up Miss Nevada. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And someday I'll do that maybe. I also am, I know it sounds weird because you do YouTube videos, but I'm also like a kind of a shut-in type of human being. I don't really communicate with people on YouTube. There's a couple of people that I talk to that I've met off of YouTube, but I just get very leery of doing that. So I think like a meetup, I would feel, I don't know how to say it. I mean, some of the people that are going, I would almost be kind of like, oh, I'm meeting a celebrity, as stupid as that sounds, it's the truth. So I don't know how I would like react to that situation. And that's just me being honest. I don't feel like I'm, I don't know. Vegas meetup, February 17th to the 22nd. We will come pick you up from the airport. Oh, really? Or truck stop if you need us to. And everyone is invited. Don't have to be part of any group. Everyone is welcome. Okay, that's cool, Miss Nevada. That's cool. You guys are willing to pick people up. You guys are gonna probably get a really good turnout there, to be honest with you. Yeah, like I said, someday that'd be fun. I've never been to Las Vegas, so maybe someday if you do it again next year or something, maybe it's something the wife and I can do, and I can experience Vegas with hanging out with my wife. Sterling, if you're still in here, you made a comment today about like seeing a good museum and stuff like that when I'm on the road, which I'm taking your advice and actually getting a really good meal tonight. I struggle with seeing things without my wife or kids around. Almost like I'm letting them down by doing that. And my wife has never said anything like that. And I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I went and saw something or did something without her because of my current situation. But something inside of me is like, oh man, don't do that right now. Save that for someday and see it with the wife or kids. But yeah. Only until 5, then we both are going to be drinking. Okay, so get your flight in early to Vegas, and Miss Nevada or Nevada will come and pick you up, but make sure it's before 5. That's a good idea. Vegas flights are cheap. Yeah, and they're cheap. I don't know about other parts of the country, but from like Minnesota to Vegas, you can get a flight for like under $100. I mean, flights to Vegas are super cheap. Sterling, I know exactly how you feel, F8. Yeah, that's just how I am right now. And, I know you take a bunch of cool trips. You've gotten on your motorcycle and, I don't want to be all sappy on YouTube live, but it's the truth. Like I think about my family, you know, go anywhere, see cool stuff. It takes you, hold on, go anywhere, see cool stuff. It makes you feel better tour guide than you take the family. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying there. Yeah. It would make me a better tour guide when I take the family. Yeah. And like I said, I'm going to go out. I went out this morning. There's like, once again, I'm from Minnesota, so I'm in mountains right now. Like these are mountains to me. And they have like this hiking trail that's not far from where I'm staying. And I went and hiked this morning a little bit. I don't really, sorry, I'm really not prepared to like go out hiking. I only have my boots and a couple of sweatshirts. It was cold. I woke up to snow here this morning, which is weird because it was like 60 degrees yesterday. Then woke up and there was snow on the ground this morning. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I really appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for all the advice. Aaron W., Vic Med, Sterling, Nomadic, Miss Nevada, Insult Investor, Trucking with Diabetes, Cash is King. I take everything you guys say to like heart. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be like, this is all a learning experience to me. I will never stop learning. And that is the truth. I've been in this industry. I keep saying 20 years. It's actually like 22 years now. And I am not complacent. And I know it hasn't been all as an owner operator, but somebody that has that experience, I would have thought the owner operator transition, it was smooth. It was. I skipped a lot of parts, but there's still a lot of struggles. And I didn't know that I was going to have to deal with all this. So I stay in the mind frame of don't get complacent, stay learning, stay productive, don't get discouraged, because it's all part of something and you understand, and you've seen it happen to companies. Well, now it's just you on the other end. So it's all learning experiences to me. You know what I mean? Wheels Through Time Machines. Check it out. Okay, I'll do that. Have a good day, Fate. Let us know if you want to come to Vegas. I would love to, Miss Nevada. Someday. Like I said, I'm not, I know some of the people that are going, and they're people I watch on YouTube, and I'm not going to name drop them, but even you guys, let's be honest. I don't know how I'd react if I ran into you two. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way or like Google GOG. I'm just saying I watch you guys. You guys' content was something I watched before I did YouTube. So it would be kind of cool to meet you guys in person, but maybe I'll run into you on the highway someday. We actually were very close to each other one day. I talked to your husband. Yeah, anytime. All right. I'm going to get off here. Hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe. Keep on trucking and keep giving good feedback and like, let's put good stuff out on YouTube to help people like me and the new drivers. And, let's keep doing that. We're all doing a good job. There's big names in this chat today. I really appreciate it. And keep putting out all the great content you guys put out, because it helps people like me. So take care, everybody. And I don't know how to end the stream. Oh, right there where it says end stream.